Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That had to really hurt Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
These putts keep the round together. All right, hanging in. That's a par and 4 over. Locked in on the read and the speed. Three over for the day. Frank, I think this is one of the most fascinating holes on the golf course. The 583-yard par 5 ninth hole.
With technology now, a lot more players can reach this par 5 and 2. Gone are the days where it was a true three-shotter, but I remember when Sergio Garcia hit that 3-wood from, what was it, 270, 280 yards? Still one of the best shots I've ever seen. Oh, that's fine.
This is going to be a tough day on the links. I mean, even the seagulls are walking to work. Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Okay, the second shot now at this par 5.
This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Stumbled out of the gates, but now on solid footing. Getting ready for this approach shot. And that one lands in the first cut, Frank.
Interesting choice coming ahead here. It'll be interesting to see how he reads this lie.
Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right play, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one. No snack, though.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. You can see the golfer is just boiling right now after that miss and a drop shot here at the 9th. Saves par, stays at 3 over. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey. Well, let's hope he can regain some ground here on the back 9. Not his best performance so far today.
But what a good back 9 would do. If he can just even this round out with just 9 good holes, so much can happen.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Well, he'd like to have that one back in the bunker.
Still a chance to get it up and down.
Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker. Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, the good players certainly aren't panicked when they're in a fairway bunker, are they?
Just make sure your feet stay nice and firm in the sand there. There's a tendency to move your feet around a little bit. Common thread here, rough, rough, rough.
Long way again. Frankie's managed to hit it in the rough yet again.
Yeah, this is hard to imagine. You know, the fairways aren't that narrow today.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Frank, you play the game at the highest level. You know it doesn't always go your way. So what kind of advice do you give the player who's having a rough go of it?
I used to have a little notepad that I remembered, and on it was stop, take a deep breath, make a decision, and now go with it. Just re-rack. This is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball.
Well, that's a little absurd, that, Rich. That shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact. So that one settles about 18 feet away from the cup. Pretty good shot. Footer. Tough start to the backside, Frank.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well, too. You start losing confidence with the putter early on.
And getting ready for the putt. Just didn't have the speed. This, I hate to say it, for a triple bogey. That hole certainly got the best of him. Triple bogey. So just a formality here. Did the job right there. Let's go to the 11th. Now, it's a par 5 and a fun hole, Frank. You can make anything from 3 to 7 here.
And that's why, as the start of the back nine, especially on a Sunday, this becomes such a pivotal hole to start a run. Big body of sand down the left side that sometimes the longer hitters can get close to with the tee shot, but really it's the second shot. If you can reach this par 5 and 2, it's a very narrow green. The layup, well, it's actually an awkward layup, Rich, because you've got to push that ball to the left side, almost like a zigzag approach.
This one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Frank, that's as good as I have seen all day long.
I think we've got to blame that on the weather. That weather, the wind had to help that ball give it another 20, 30 yards.
That one is just a little offline, and that will not end up in the fairway. All right, Frank, the 11th is a reachable. What's the right strategy?
Well, it feels like that green should be about another 30 or 40 yards to the right, Rich. Makes the player aim left, and it's such a narrow green, but it's worth the risk.
Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here.
Oh, that's off the beaten track. You got 5 minutes to find it.
They'll need to get all of this one, 200 yards, the second shot. Not his best shot, and now he'll have to deal with a bunker.
Yeah, they say the hardest shot in golf, the next one.
All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know, it might just go in.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Shouldn't be a problem here. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Just a couple of feet. And at last, he has made a birdie.
And what can he do from here, though? Is that the start of something? It looks like it is.
Frank, there's fairway, there's rough, and then there's mulch.
Yeah, the worst thing about the mulch is all these little chips around the ball, and that's so the ball doesn't sit up. And once again, this shot might look easy, but if you just miss it a bit, it so exaggerates the outcome. That's an absolute beauty.
Now the approach to the 12th. Frank, what's the player looking at?
Well, it's a fun shot here for the second shot, especially if you've driven it down the right side, because then you can see the flag no matter where it is on the green.
Oh, it looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Going to take some skill now.
Looks like about 80 yards left. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
So Frankie is leaning, and it appears as though this one's headed a bit right.
Yeah, just came out of it.
Frank, not close, but not bad either.
You can always make the odd 20-footer, and that's exactly how far they are away.
Not an easy one, 20 feet away. That's just downright embarrassing. On the putting surface, and now off on the fringe. Wow. Not a gimme, but well within his range. This would be a good time to reverse the slide. 5 over par on the day. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Going to have to regroup now after that double bogey. Frank, 17 gets so much attention here at the TPC Sawgrass, but 13, par 3, is exciting in its own right.
It is, and it's actually more difficult than 17. One of the reasons it's longer, and also the green here. 17 obviously has two sections in it, front and top. This has, I don't think there's a flat piece on it. And every now and again we watch a ball roll all over this green and actually find the cup for the odd ace.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here.
Well, that was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
To where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank. Well, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
Frank, way offline all day long.
Yeah, this is a head scratcher, really. Seen him play before. Normally much better than this. This is abnormal, that's for sure.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Oh, what an incredible shot. Set to go. Not an easy shot by any